Good morning, everybody. I'm so excited to be here with you all today. Today, we're going to be working on our lower back, lengthening and strengthening. So, we're going to bring attention to the areas where we're tight and we're weak. So, if you want to go ahead and make your space sacred, anything you need to grab, you need water, you need to roll out your yoga mat. And then we're going to go ahead and get started on our back. So coming all the way down onto your back, we're coming into a reclined bound angle position. So the soles of your feet will be together and your knees will be out wide, laying all the way down on your back. The closer you bring your heels in towards your sit bones will be a little more intense. Farther out will be a little bit easier. You can also stack blocks, books, or pillows on the outside of your thighs. We really want this to be a restful and opening pose. So go ahead and get situated, get comfortable. If it feels good, close your eyes. And just allow yourself to arrive. Allow yourself to release any tension that you may have started your day with. Let's take a few deep breaths together. Inhale through your nose. And exhale, sigh it out. Deep inhale through your nose. And exhale, let it go. One more time, deep inhale through your nose. Hold the breath. Feel your body expand with that breath. And then exhale, let it go. Begin to feel every part of your body, where it's touching the mat or the ground, where your clothing is touching your skin. Start to become aware of every part of your body in contact with the earth or whatever's beneath you. Breathing here. Becoming more and more aware of our breath, of our body. Today, I really want us to be deeply aware of our body, of what we bring tension to, and maybe what we forget to notice. Areas that were a little weaker or a little more strained. I'm going to share with you a little poem I wrote about my experience on the mat. And I hope you use this to just bring yourself a little deeper into your practice today. I close my eyes. I take my time. Feel what's beneath me, what's brushing my skin. Hear the sound of life flowing in and flowing out. Expanding with inspiration, releasing as I let go. The circle of life, every breath, every flow, meeting life with life, death with death, present in each moment, alive and at rest, exploring this vessel, enjoying every movement, in awe of the beauty, honoring all decay. Finding my center, pure joy and sadness, movement and stillness, lost and found, here and gone, reaching to the sky as I ground and regain my roots, my wings, the essence of all things, totally connected, here and now, blessed in this moment, truth profound. Just allowing yourself to experience all the sensations of now. knowing that your emotions, your feelings are your friends. Being on the mat, we begin to create space for them so we can honor our fear, our anger, our sadness, our hurt, and our joy, our peace, our love. Know that we are loved. And that when we go into each of our emotions, we realize they aren't us, they're an experience that brings us into deeper and deeper aspects of ourselves. Gently place your left hand over your abdomen and your right hand over your heart. Take a deep inhale into your abdomen, allowing your belly to rise. Inhale into your heart, allowing your chest to expand. Exhale, sigh it out. Inhale into your belly. Inhale into your heart. Exhale, let it go. Inhale into your stomach. Inhale into your chest. Exhale, sigh it out. One more time. Inhale into your stomach. Inhale into your chest. Exhale, let it go. Allow your hands to come back by your sides. Take a couple normal inhales in and out through your nose. And then gently bring your knees into your chest. Squeeze your arms around them. Maybe rocking side to side for a moment. And then make your way to a comfortable seated position on your mat. Cross-legged, half lotus, full lotus, whatever feels good for you today. Allowing your hands to come to your knees. And again, today is all about lengthening and strengthening and becoming more aware of what our body feels, what our mind is like. So just become aware as we inhale, bring your shoulders to your ears. Exhale, roll them back down and around. Inhale, shoulders to the ears. Exhale, roll them back down. One more time, inhale and hold them up here. And exhale, release them. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, bring your shoulders up, hold them. And exhale, release. Allow that tension to begin to dissipate. Moving into just a little cat-cow. Inhale, looking up, allowing your chest to open, shoulders draw back and away from the ears. Exhale, round, shin to chest, releasing your neck, your back. Inhale, open. And exhale, release. Inhale, open, moving with your breath. And exhale, release. Inhale, come back to neutral spine. And if you do have Ujjayi breath in your practice, you can go ahead and start using that throat constricted breath in and out through your nose. If you don't want to try that yet, you can just breathe normally in and out of your nose. Go ahead and inhale your arms up. And exhale the right hand down beside you, leaning to the right as you bring the left arm over. So we're still grounding through your left sit bones as you open the left side. Still trying to lengthen and expand and open your chest as you breathe into your left side. And then gently exhale the left hand down just in front of the right knee, as if you're going to try to bring your chin to your right knee. I find this feels really good on the left side of your low back and the outer left hip. So we're just warming up here, beginning to become more aware of what does feel tight. And then go ahead and inhale both arms back up. And exhale the left hand down, right arm comes up and over. Again, grounding through your right hip, opening up. And then reaching with your right hand, You really feel that stretch in the right side. Beautiful. And then exhaling the right hand down, bringing your chin towards your left knee. Feeling that gentle twist. Again, only going as far as it's comfortable. And then on your next inhale, bringing both arms up overhead and exhaling them back down to your knees. During the seat of the soles, we begin to move in a circle with our shoulders all the way around, rounding through your sit bones. These can be big or small circles, fast or slow. Allow your breath to dictate how fast or slow you go. You can feel all parts of your body, not judging if it feels tight or sore. Just noticing where it feels open and live. And then going the opposite way. Breathing. Couple more times. And on your next inhale, come back to a neutral spine. Go ahead and close your eyes for just one moment. Connect with your body, with your breath. Today I offer you this affirmation to take with you throughout class. I meet myself with grace, becoming aware of where I am tense and where I am a little weaker. Most important part is meeting yourself with grace and then just becoming aware. Gently blinking your eyes open. We're going to start to warm up a little more, start to activate your core, which often becomes a little bit softer as our lower back tends to hurt. So coming on to your sit bones, bending your knees, bringing your soles of your feet onto the ground. Planting your hands behind you. So the first option here is to bring your feet as close into your hips as you can, and then come up on your tiptoes. And then try to think about bringing your chest forward and up and really engage the abdomen. So you're lifting your spine. Option 2 is to bring your your legs, your shins parallel to the mat. We're working into boat pose. So this is the second option. Again, you want to lift through your chest, opening, broadening your collarbone, and really engage your abdomen. You don't want rounding in your low back. Option 3 is to bring your arms alongside. Option 4 is to extend your legs. And just stay wherever it feels good. It always is different. It's honoring that difference every day. I prepared for this class yesterday. So my abs are a little sore today, so I'm struggling a little. So be wherever you are and know that it's perfect. Remembering to breathe. Couple more breaths. And then gently exhale your hands down and your feet down. Walk your feet out just a couple inches. And then inhale your hips up, coming into a reverse tabletop. This should feel really good on your hip flexors after doing that boat pose. You really want to think about activating your glutes and pressing through your heels so that you're really lifting your body and creating a tabletop. Breathing here. Start to feel a little bit warmer. couple more breaths. Yep, feel it good. Perfect. And exhale your hips down. Great job. Gently roll over your legs. And we're going to come into child's pose. So bringing your hips slightly wider than hip distance, untucking the toes, and sinking your hips onto your heels, walking your hands out, and bringing your forehead to the mat. Again, if this is uncomfortable, because this should be a restful pose, you can bring blocks or a pillow in front of your chest. You don't have to sink as far down, or underneath your thighs, that your hips don't have to sink quite as far back. And then come to your breath. How can you meet yourself with grace on the mat, in your body, and in your life? Becoming more aware of where you're stressed, of where you're tense, maybe more aware of areas that you tend to overlook. Knowing that you can come back to this child's pose at any point during our practice. And on your next inhale, you're going to gently begin to sweep forward, coming into cobra. So bringing yourself all the way onto your belly, bringing your hands at your chest line. Gently inhale up slightly. There shouldn't be much pressure here. And then exhale, press back to child's pose. Flowing through this a few times with your breath. Inhale, pressing forward into cobra. Exhale, pressing back to child's pose. Inhale, coming all the way forward, lifting, feeling your back open. Exhale, press back. One more time, inhale, sweeping forward. Beginning to feel that heat. Exhale, pressing back. Inhale, come forward onto your hands and knees, coming into tabletop. Bringing your wrists underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips. Your knees are hip distance apart, hands are shoulder distance apart, toes are tucked in the back. And flow through a few cat cows. So inhale, lift the chest, looking up, broadening the collarbone, opening the throat. Exhale, round chin to chest, pressing the ground away. Inhale, open. Exhale, round and release. Inhale. And exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Untuck your toes, slide your knees, sink back into child's pose. Take 2 breaths here. Let ourselves become aware of our body. Taking the time to check in. And then on your next inhale, we're going to sweep forward onto our bellies again. This time we're going to stay here, but instead of coming into cobra, we're going to bring our elbows right underneath our shoulders. Elbows are shoulders is apart. And then really think about grounding through your forearms and your hands. So you're going to take some of the weight off of your elbows. Feet are long behind you. Broaden your chest, your collarbone. Sink your heart forward as if it's pressing forward towards the front of the room. And this is Sphinx pose. This pose is amazing for your low back. It's a gentle strengthener, I guess. And it also kind of releases the front of your hip flexors, which is one reason we often have low back. So breathe here. And as you press through your hands and your forearms, it should get a little bit challenging. Really thinking about lengthening your feet towards the back of the room and then pressing your heart forward towards the front. Getting that push-pull motion. 2 more breaths here. And then gently release all the way down onto your belly, bringing your forehead to the mat. And then place your hands right underneath your shoulders and press yourself up to tabletop again. We're gonna flow through cat-cow again, but this time organically, however it feels good. Beginning to move with your breath. You can take normal cat-cows. You can even make them a little faster. However it feels good, you can take circles. Really getting into your hips, even your shoulders a little. Or you can do full body flows, making your cat-cows a bit broader, a bit wider. Allow your body to do what it feels, knowing that it knows innately what you need. Perfect. And then if you're taking circles, going the opposite way. And then on your next inhale, come back to stillness in your neutral tabletop. And then exhale, press your hips back and up, coming into downward facing dog. Beginning to pedal out your feet, bending one knee and the other. You can open your hips this way, whatever feels good. Beginning to explore this new shape as we wake our body up a little bit more. Come up high on the tiptoes and then bring your heels back down. You can bend your knees, sink your chest onto your thighs, and then straighten your legs. Playing with the different activations, feeling your downward dog. Making sure you're pressing through your fingertips and your knuckles. You should be able to lift each wrist just slightly. Perfect. And then on your next inhale, come up high on your tiptoes, bend your knees, and walk to the front of your mat. Coming into a forward fold, bending your knees, allowing your chest and your head to fall forward. And then gently heel toe your feet out, hip distance apart, grabbing onto opposite elbows, coming into crab. Here you can do a little bounce, you can sway, straighten one leg or the other. Whatever feels good. Then we're gonna do, I'm gonna call them ragdoll roll-ups. So we're gonna shift to the left side, bringing your left elbow right next to your left calf or shin. Then begin to roll up on your inhale all the way up the left side, across the top, and exhale, bringing yourself down the right side. Coming across the middle. Inhale up the left side. Taking your time, moving with your breath. And exhale down the right. Inhale up the left side. And exhale down the right. Reversing directions. Inhale up the right side. And exhale down the left. Again, inhale up the right. And exhale down the left. One more time. Inhale up the right. And exhale down the left. Coming back middle, Gently releasing your elbows, and on your inhale, rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Head and neck come up last. Arms come up overhead. Exhale, hands come to heart center. And down by your side. Perfect. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Coming to a flat back, hands come above your knees, below your knees, your ankles, or the mat. Exhale, plant your hands in front of your feet and walk your feet back to downward facing dog. Beautiful. Take just a couple deep breaths here. And then on your next inhale, come up high on your tiptoes, bend your knees, and walk to the front of your mat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose, bringing your arms up, hips down and back, engaging through your core. Take out that rounding. We're gonna gently press as if you're pressing your tailbone down to the mat. So instead of like this, and breathe here. Trying to lift and lengthen, reach forward as if you're gonna set something on a top shelf with your hands. Really ground through your heels, sinking your hips back and down. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands come to heart center and down by your side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands and step your feet back to downward facing dog. Couple breaths here. And then on your next inhale, coming up high on your tiptoes, bending your knees, and walking towards the front of your mat again. Exhaling into forward fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose again. So for your feet, you can bring your big toes together and the ankles can be slightly apart. Or if this is difficult, you can bring your feet hip distance apart. And this kind of gives you a little solid base. If you have any knee problems or super tight hips, that can really help. So they can either be hip distance or your feet can be together. Perfect. And then gently exhale your hands to your heart center. And we're going to twist to the right, bringing your left elbow towards your right thigh, the outside of it, trying to bring it next to your knee. Breathing here. Your left leg is going to want to slip out, so bring it back with the strength of your core. Using your hands, try to gently press into that left elbow to open yourself up more to the right. Couple more breaths here. And then inhale your arms back up to chair pose. We're going to do the other side. So exhale, hands to heart center, and twist to the left, right elbow, left thigh just above your knee. Opening your torso, broadening your chest. Again, that right knee is probably going to want to slip out. Just think about bringing it back. Perfect. Just a couple more breaths. And then inhale your arms to chair pose and stand all the way up. Arms come up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center and down by your side. Go ahead and shake your legs out just a little bit after doing those. Feels pretty good. All right, and then come, inhale your arms up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step your feet back to downward facing dog. Take a few deep breaths here, reconnecting with your breath, reconnecting with your body. And then bring your toes together to touch. Inhale the right leg high to the sky. Gently bend the knee and begin to come forward, knee to nose, and plant the right foot in between your hands. Gently bring the left knee down. Bring the right hand on the inside of the right foot and heel toe the right foot to the right. So we're now in a lizard pose. For the back toes, the toes can be untucked or tucked, whatever feels better on your knee. Depends on our body type, what feels better, I've found. For me, if I untuck my toes, feels like my kneecap's gonna kind of fall off. So I like to tuck my toes. So whatever feels better for you. And then you can kind of shift your hips side to side, back and forth, find that sweet spot. Begin to breathe into that left hip flexor and that right inner thigh. You can stay on your hands or come down onto your forearms. And then breathe here. Really beginning to lengthen our hip flexors. When we sit, looking at our screens or driving or whatever it is we do throughout the day, we tend to become really tight as they're constantly contracted. So as we begin to open them, it allows our low back to not constantly be pulled on. Continue to breathe. A couple more breaths here. And then gently shift your hips back slightly and heel toe your right foot to the middle of your mat, bringing your right hand on the outside of it. And then walk your right foot forward about 5 inches. And then bring the right toes back towards your face. So your hip should now be over your knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, begin to fold over the right leg. You can bend the right knee as much as you need to. You really want to make contact with your chest. And then once you've found that contact, you can release, allow your head and neck to go. And then begin to think about bringing the right hip back, because it's going to want to rotate forward. Breathing here. Coming back to your breath. Coming back to that awareness of where your body's touching the mat. Of where maybe your chest is brushing against your thigh. Of what feels tight. Of what feels open. Can you meet yourself with grace in this moment? Couple more breaths. Really allowing yourself to release here. And then on your next inhale, gently shifting forward slightly, planting your hands, and then bringing your right knee back to meet your left, shifting back and up to downward facing dog. Pedaling out your feet, moving your hips side to side, maybe seeing the difference from one side to the other. And Then bring the toes together to touch. Inhale the left leg high. Bend the knees, shift forward, knee to nose. And then gently place the left foot between your hands, bringing the right knee down. Bring the left hand on the inside of the left foot, heel toe the left foot to the left, lizard on this side. Again, you can shift forward and back, finding where it feels not painful, but that you can feel it beginning to stretch it open. If you ever find yourself in pain, a sharp pain, breathe back out. We want to find our edge out of pain for the stretch. And then stay there, breathe into it, allow gravity in our breath to really allow us to open. Again, you can stand here, come onto your forearms. Remembering to breathe, remembering to release, bring awareness to where you're tense. Awareness is often the opposite places that we're tense that we forget about. But just like it is in the body, it is throughout our life. A couple more breaths here. And then gently begin to shift your hips back slightly as you heel toe your left foot to the middle of the mat and forward. And then begin to sink your hips back to come over your knees, bending the left toes back towards the face, left foot is flexed. Inhale, lengthen your spine, feet squeeze. Exhale, begin to fold. Bending that left knee as much as you need to. Allowing the head and neck to completely release, relax. And thinking about trying to bring the left hip back so you want to roll forward. Coming to your breath, remembering to breathe. Breathing through the challenges, breathing through the tension. If you notice a difference side to side, one side tighter, or in different ways, one side more open, just beginning to become aware without judgment. Two more breaths. Every inhale lengthening, every exhale releasing a little more. And on your next inhale, gently shift forward just a little as you plant into your hands, and then bring the left knee back to meet the right. We're not pressing back into downward facing dog this time. We're walking our hands back and then coming up. So we bring our hips over above our knees. We're going to come into camel. Be very gentle with yourself. If you feel anything in your low back, please come out and into child's pose. There's no right or wrong as long as you don't feel pain. So first, you want to think about bringing your hips over your knees, but then you also really want to think about opening your chest and bringing your heart forward as if a string was pulling you towards the ceiling. Broadening your collarbone, shoulders down away from the ears, bring your hands to heart center. This is level 1. Toes are tucked in the back, providing you a little more stability, support, thinking about activating the glutes and lengthening through the hip flexors. Level 2 is to bring the hands to the low back, trying to bring the elbows back towards each other, still opening and lengthening through the heart. Shoulders down and away from the ears. You can also roll your mats and put it underneath. Challenging for your knees. Next option is to bring one hand at a time to your ankles. Still opening through your chest, drawing the shoulders down and away. And if you're here and that feels comfortable, you can allow your neck to release back. And if this still feels okay, you can untuck your toes and that will bring you a little deeper. Wherever you're at. Remembering to breathe, to release, to activate your glutes, to open your heart, to find your edge and to stay there. You need to back off, always honoring yourself and backing off a little. Couple more breaths. And then whenever you're ready, gently coming out the same way that you came in, very slowly, mindfully. And then setting your hips onto your heels. You can bring your knees close together and bringing your forehead to the ground, arms wrapping around the thighs, coming into this child's pose. If you'd rather go to the wide knees and arms out in front, you can as well. Breathing here. Ask yourself how you can meet yourself with grace today. How can you become more aware throughout your day of the places where you're stressed? Maybe you need to bring some more self-care into your life. Some more time for you, some more time for what you love to do. And then on your next inhale, gently press yourself up, coming into tabletop position. Taking your time. As we're in the tabletop position, we're going to inhale the right arm up. And exhale, thread it through underneath the left armpit, bringing the right shoulder onto the mat and the head. The left hand can stay right next to the face, allowing yourself a little more stability. You can press slightly with it as well, or you can walk it out above your head. This is called thread the needle. I love this twist. Begin to think about bringing your left hips towards the right. They want to kind of shift over that way. And then opening your heart, opening your chest. Breathing here. And then gently bring the left hand underneath the left shoulder, right next to your face. Inhale the right arm up. And exhale it back down. Moving to the opposite side. Inhale the left arm up. And exhale, thread it through underneath your body, under the right armpit, bringing the left shoulder onto the mat, bringing your head down. Right hand can stay next to your face or walk out above you. Again, this time shifting your hips slightly towards the left. As you open your chest, open your heart. Remember to breathe. Can you feel your breath throughout your body? Your fingertips on the mat, your arm on the mat, your toes tucked. Where does this pose lengthen and open? And then gently bring the right hand under the right shoulder. Inhale the left arm up. And exhale it back down. Beautiful. Now we're going to sit down onto our sit bones and bring our legs in front of us. They can both be bent. And then we're going to come into fire log. So bending the leg, the right leg goes on the bottom, trying to bring the knee straight out from the hip and the right foot straight out from the knee, kind of making 90-degree angles, and then stacking the left leg on top of the right. Both feet are flexed. Option, if this is a little intense, to just bring the left knee on top of the right. This will give you a really good stretch. Or if this is difficult as well, you can hug the left knee in. Either of those options are awesome. If you are in fire log, inhale your arms up and exhale them down. Begin to just gently walk them out. Be very mindful for your hips, for your low back. And then when you found your edge, releasing, breathing, allowing. Coming back to your breath. Coming back to your affirmation. I meet myself with grace. Becoming aware of where I'm tense, of where I would like to bring support. Couple more breaths. Again, finding your edge. And if you've gone too far, backing out. And then on your next inhale, gently begin to rise, walking your hands back towards your legs, being very gentle. And then unwinding your legs, we're going to go to the opposite side. Left leg comes to the bottom, right leg on top. So the right ankle is over the left knee, the right knee is on top of the left ankle. Feet are flexed. Again, if you need to bring the right knee on top of the left, you can bring your feet in and then gently begin to bend there. Or you can bring the right knee into the chest and hold it. That will also get your outer hip. If you're in this pose, inhaling your arms up, then exhaling them down in front of you, beginning to walk them out. And if any of those poses are hard on your knees, you can always come onto your back. Bring the one leg up, cross it over the opposite thigh, and begin to bring that in, coming into a reclined pigeon or reclined figure four. And that way, your knee doesn't have any tension on it as much. Wherever you're at, breathing. Couple more breaths. And then on your next inhale, beginning to rise, walking your hands back towards you. And then unwinding your legs. And you can bring the soles of the feet onto the mat, having the knees bent. Bring your hands behind you and then begin to just windshield wipe your legs a little bit. Sometimes feels really good, especially after those intense movements of holding. And then come back to stillness. Shift your hips towards your heels and come all the way down onto your back. Trying to reach your fingertips to at least brush your ankles or become close. Ground your hands, your palms into the mat. Inhale, lift your hips, coming into bridge pose. Holding here, again, engaging the glutes. Thinking as if there was a block or something right between your thighs so that you have to squeeze them together, but your knees don't come in. So they're still hip distance apart, but really engaging, activating. Breathing here. Option to clasp your hands beneath you and roll up higher onto your shoulders. Option to bring your toes together to touch, your knees together to touch. And inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, set it back down. Inhale, lift the left leg. And exhale, set it back down. Heel toe your feet back, hip distance apart. Gently, if you have your hands clasped, remove that. And I'll exhale your hips down. Bring your knees into your chest. Wrap your arms around them and rock side to side. Releasing. And then you can stay here, or if you'd like to make a happy baby, or any other pose that would really finish off your practice today that you would love to do. Feel the freedom to go ahead and do that. And then gently, if you have taken a different pose, bring the knees into the chest again. Wrap your arms around them. Give yourself a big hug, a big squeeze. And exhale your legs all the way down, long on your mat. Allowing your feet to be slightly wider than hip distance apart. Feet turning out to the side, arms down by your sides. Lift your heart. Begin to release, to relax. Take a deep inhale through your nose. Exhale, side out. Let everything go. Relax the crown of your head. Relax your forehead and your brow. Relax your eyes, your cheeks, your jaw. Relax the back of the neck, the shoulders, the chest, the ribs, the abdomen. Allow the hips to be heavy and safe. Relax the thighs, the knees, the calves, the ankles, and your feet. Allow yourself to melt. Feel supported, to feel held. Feel completely relaxed. your mind starts to wander or thoughts arise, don't press them away. Just come back to your breath. Think about them just falling into your mat, releasing out of gently begin. Wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. Begin to deepen the breath. Bring little movements back into your body. Reach your arms up overhead. Take a good, big, good morning stretch. And then whenever you're ready, bring the knees in towards the chest and rock over to your favorite side. Coming into the fetal position. Taking a moment here to check in with yourself again at the end of class. See how you feel. You're more aware of your body, of your mind, of your breath. If anything feels different, and then offer yourself gratitude for taking this time for you to show up for yourself, to pour into you. Envisioning a clear quartz crystal surrounding you. In this crystal, you are safe, you are supported, you are completely loved. Feel that relief of being known, of being loved. And then whenever you're ready, gently use your hands to press yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Eyes can still be closed or at a gentle gaze. Inhale your arms up overhead. And exhale your hands down to prayer at your third eye, point between your brows. May you be divinely guided, and may you trust your flow of intuition. Bringing your hands to your lips for clarity of speech. May you speak words of truth, words of wisdom, and words of love. Bringing your hands to your heart for clarity of action. May all you do be in alignment with your purpose and serve to raise the vibration of love consciousness on this planet. I'm so grateful that you practiced with me today. I hope you feel more aware. I hope you feel more love for yourself, more grace. The light in me sees, honors, and recognizes the light in you. Namaste.